another beautiful day, another opportunity to come and sit, to share, to dive, and to explore the reality of life, and just to share some space. I think that's the better word. So today's session, we will be diving into some mantras, some meditations, and then we will dive into some Q&As and see how it goes. So with the grace of the Guru, this opportunity is born, manifested. So when a grace comes, an opportunity comes, just to sit with yourself, with all that is happening in this world, with this confusion and injustice and whatever. Despite all this, a grace has dawned upon you, and a grace has dawned upon me to spend about an hour with ourselves. So when the grace dawns, the responsibility on our side. Okay? So the grace has dawned, and the responsibility on our side is to go into reverence, is to go into thankfulness. So let's bring our hands in the center of the chest, and we are in surrender, we are in reverence to this moment, this precious moment where we can sit and we can fold our hands. The sages of the past mentioned, when the two hands are folded, your mind is folded. When the mind is folded, all your problems are folded. So this is an opportunity to close your individual book. This is your book. It's all written here, your life. Your hands, extension of the most center part of your body, the sacred part of your body we call the heart. So this is where your story is written. Everything is written here in your hands. So let's shut this story. This is what it means. An opportunity has come to shut your individual story and experience the cosmic story, which does not need your narration, which does not need your interference, but it needs your surrender. This is what it means. I have shut my story. So let's bring hands in the center of the chest. An opportunity has come. A grace, divine ray has dawned, so that you and me, through the grace of Guru Ram Das, the holder of the throne of Raj Yoga, which is the balance of life. So meditating on the sacred, subtle body, the radiant body of Guru Ram Das, hands in the center of the chest. And eyes we close. We close the eyes, because the left eye is time and the right eye is space. So when the eyes are open, you shall only dwell in the realm of time and space, which is Raga and the Vesha, which is happiness and sadness, which is right and wrong. So going beyond the duality of life, the eyes has to be shut. So my friends, please shut your eyes. And this is another opportunity to dive deeper into your ocean of consciousness. When the eyes are open, my friends, you assess mind. And when the eyes are really closed, when I say close, there are many layers to closing the eyes. Most of us, we never close our eyes. We only shut our eyes. So don't shut your eyes. I want you to close your eyes. And there's a whole science of closing the eyes. And those of you who have been studying with me, those who've been part of this beautiful sharing, you will know what I mean. And those of you who are not sure what's the difference between shutting the eyes and closing the eyes, my friends, just stabilize your pupils, the two eyeballs. Just make sure they don't move. Beautiful. Hands in the center of the chest, you are in surrender. And eyes are closed. You are shutting time and space. A miracle will happen. A vortex will open. Something will shift in you with this. Beautiful. As the hands are folded, the eyes are closed. Now I want you to inhale the cosmos. I want you to inhale the universe through the sacred breath we call the Pavan Guru. Can you please inhale? and hold the sacred breath. Hold the sacred breath. Hold the Pavan Guru so that the wisdom, the Guru, can be experienced. Hands are folded, eyes are closed, breath is held, you are held. Hands are folded, surrender. Eyes are closed. You have disconnected with the realm of time and space. Breath is held. The cosmos is held. The universe has come to a stop still. The universe has come to a stop still. Hold the breath. And my friends, exhale. One more time, inhale. And as you hold the breath, hands are folded. 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 Eyes close. Eyes close. And hold the breath. And exhale. One more time, inhale deep. And let this breath be the breath of Guru Ram Das. Let it heal you. Let it heal you. Let it heal you. Let it heal you. Let it elevate you. Let it heal you. Let it elevate you. You are here for an experience. Hold the sacred breath. Hold the Pavan Guru. For medical reasons, relax. We are tuning in to yourself. I am tuning into myself. Everyone tuning into their own self. There's a vortex within you. When these points are still, something opens up. Hold, 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 hold the sacred breath. Hold the Pavan Guru. Hold the Pavan Guru. Hold the Pavan Guru. And through the nose, exhale. One more time, inhale. And hold the breath. And as you hold this breath, let this breath be the breath of the oceans, the breath of the oceans, the home of Narayana, the breath of the ocean, the breath of the ocean. Hold, and as you hold the breath of the ocean, become the ocean. Feel the vastness, feel the depthness, feel the boundaryless you. Feel the waves within yourself. Feel the energy waves within yourself, my friends. You contemplate on whatever that affects you. Beautiful, beautiful. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And hold the sacred breath. And let this breath be the breath of the mountains, the breath of the mountains, the mighty Himalayas, the primordial master, the home of the sages, the home of Dharma, the highest point on the planet. If you meditate, you will touch your highest consciousness. You will touch your highest part of your evolution. Beautiful, my friends. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hold. You're holding the breath of the mountains, the Himalayas. So be in reverence. This is not your breath. This is not your breath. This is not your breath. This is the breath of the Himalayas, my friends. Hold, 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 and exhale. We shall tune in with Om Namo, Gurudev Namo, the mantra that shall help you to go deeper into yourself. Om Namo, Gurudev Namo, into breath. Om Adgure Namaha, Jugadgure Namaha, Satgure Namaha, Sri Gurudeva Namaha. Adgure Namaha, Jugadgure Namaha, Satgure Namaha, Sri Gurudeva Namaha. Adgure Namaha, Jugadgure Namaha, Satgure Namaha, Sri Gurudeva Namaha. And inhale and hold the breath. Hold the breath. And as you hold your breath, I want you to lift your heart, lift your chest, lift your chest, lift your chest, lift your chest, lift your ribcage, lift your ribcage, lift your ribcage. Unlock your awareness, unlock your consciousness, and unlock your kundalini. Please lift the ribcage where your consciousness, the soul is engaged. Lift the ribcage. Lift the ribcage, hold the breath, eyes closed, and please exhale. One more time, powerfully inhale, and hold the breath, and lift your heart so that miracles can happen. Lift your heart, lift your heart, lift the ribcage, so that consciousness can be engaged. Beautiful. Tense the eyes. Tense the two eyes so that time and space can be locked. Beautiful, beautiful. Hold. And tense your forehead, the seed of intuition, the seed of consciousness, the seed of awareness, the seed of Shiva. Hold, 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 and please exhale. Medical reasons, relax. Other than that, inhale. And hold the sacred breath. Lift your heart, lift the ribcage. Lift the chest, lift the ribcage, tense the eyes, tense the forehead, tense the skull. And now please tense your sit bones. Tense your sit bones so you are disconnected from the gravitational pull of the earth so that the kundalini, the goddess, can bloom in you. Go, hold, 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 and exhale. And just relax for a few seconds. We are opening up the space. Become aware of yourself. Become aware of yourself. Don't move for the next few seconds. Don't move for the next few seconds. Become still. Experience the stillness in yourself. It's not just Q&A. We will be doing some meditation so that a space can open up. Beautiful. Very beautiful. Okay, good. Slowly open your eyes and just shake yourself. Just shake the self. And you can tap the chest where you hold all the emotions. Tap the chest, and you can tap your navel. Tap your navel. This is where you store all your emotions. This is where you express your emotions, your heart, and this is where you store your emotions. Tap harder, 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 harder. And please inhale and hold and shake the whole body. Shake the whole body. Shake the whole body. Shake the whole body. Your feet as well. Please stretch the legs and shake the body. Shake the body. Awaken, 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 and exhale. One more time, inhale. Hold and shake the body. 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 Move, move, move the feet, the hands, all that you are. Awaken, awaken. When the body moves, mind moves, the world moves, and exhale. Satnam. Blessings to you. Let's just for 1 minute do breath of fire with O mouth. So you make an O mouth and breath of fire, you pump your navel. It will be something like this. Those of you are new. So what does this do to you? This is the breath of fire. There are fires in you. And most of us, the fires are not lit. We are not experiencing the fire of life. We are not experiencing the radiance of life. So there's a digestive fire, that's the intellectual fire, and then there's a psychic fire. You know, the first two fires, some of us are not completely lit. And what to say about the third fire, which is your psychic fire. When the psychic fire is activated, you assess your sixth sense. Ordinarily, we all human beings are born with all the six senses. But at the time of birth, the moment you are born, they expose you to the light immediately. You came from the dark womb, the dark space, which corresponds to the primordial dark matter. You came from nothingness, and suddenly the world of form dawns into you, possesses you. The light takes over you. And that light which is scanned on you, which is projected on you, immediately when you come out of pitch darkness, we call the Mahakal, the primordial dark matter. At that moment, the sixth sense shuts off. And then we have to survive on five senses only. So this meditation or this kriya and this breath exercise, which is called the breath of fire, lets that light back in you, because the navel had to be activated for the sixth sense to be experienced. And this breath of fire will activate your digestive fire, your intellectual fire, and your psychic fire. When these three fires are aligned, then the fourth fire is born, which is called the fire, which in Sanskrit is known as Yoga Agni. Yoga Agni, the fire of unity. The fire of unity, where we see each other. Where we see each other. Now we don't see each other. We see only ourselves in every circumstances. In all that is happening, we only have our own self. We don't see the other. It gives you the vision to see the other. So let's try this beautiful meditation. Hands will be in Gyan Mudra. Gyan Mudra, the thumb and the first finger united together. This is your lower self. This is your higher self. Uniting both, you are zeroing yourself. Zeroing yourself. Hands on your knees. Eyes will be closed. Om out, breath of fire. Loud, louder. Keep doing this. Keep doing this, my friends. Keep up, keep up, keep up. Pump the navel. Pump the navel. Om out, breath of fire. Just for 1 minute, aligning ourselves so that the space can open. Keep up. Om out remains and the breath is felt. Kiss the prana. Kiss the prana. This is called the kissing of the prana, the kissing of the cosmos. This breath comes from the stars. This breath comes from the oceans. This breath, prana, what I mean is prana. Prana comes from the stars. Prana comes from the oceans. Prana comes from the cosmos. Prana comes from the mountains. Prana comes from the trees. You're kissing entire totality just with this breath. Become aware of the two lips. The top lip represents Shiva, which is your consciousness. And the lower lip represents matter. So Shiva and Shakti in union, the dance of Shiva, the dance of consciousness and matter, the dance of Shiva and Shakti, the yin and the yang, the two polarities of life, which we are experiencing due to the coming and the going of the breath. Keep up, you keep doing, I keep talking. Make sure the pump is, you're pumping the navel, you're synchronizing. This is called synchronization of the self. There are rhythms in you, there are rhythms in you, there are rhythms outside, and these rhythms are not aligned, and that's why you are lonely. That's why you cannot connect. We are connecting with the inner rhythm, and then we are connecting with the outer rhythms. Beautiful. Keep up, keep up. Ram ko nritkari, that is the sutra. Ram ko nritkari. Align yourself with the dance of the divine. Align yourself with the dance of the cosmos. Beautiful. This is the dance, the breath coming and going, navel pumping. Everything aligns in you, my friends. Don't just stay at the physical realm of the kriya. I want you to go deeper. How to go deeper? Forget your story. Forget your story. Stop thinking, or at least whatever is coming in your head. Don't give attention to that. Just become aware of the coming and the going of the breath and the kissing and the letting go, going of the breath. Beautiful. Keep up. Keep up. Synchronize, my friends. The Om out synchronizes with the circle of the Manipura. And the breath comes and goes. Higher self and lower self synchronizes. Pump the navel just for another 20 seconds. Keep up, keep up, keep up. Keep up, keep up, my friends. We are here to align. We are here to become alignment with the divine. And for that, you have to move the breath. The breath is your connection to the divine. You're doing great job, my friends. Keep up, keep up. Just another 10 seconds to go. Really pump hard. Forget your story. Forget your story. Forget your story. Just become aware of the experience that is happening now. Become aware of the experience. Experience the experience. My friends, experience the experience. Don't intervene into the experience with your narration. Very important. Keep up, keep up. We may go a bit longer. I'm saying experience the experience. Don't intervene with your narration into the experience. When you experience the experience as an experience and not your story imposed on the experience, you are experiencing naked awareness. Other than that, you pollute it with your thoughts, you pollute it with your thinking. You divide the experience into object and subject. Now you are just experiencing the experience as itself, my friends. See how it changes, how it changes. The saliva, the mouth, the navel, and the different sensations that take birth as you kiss the cosmos. Beautiful, my friends, beautiful. Just an extra moment. Beautiful, very nice. Okay, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, louder. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, louder. Inhales, louder exhale. Louder inhale, louder exhale. Okay, inhale and hold the sacred breath. Eyes closed. Tense the eyes, my friends. Tense your face. Tense your face. Tense your face. The narration, the story. Please squeeze it. Please shut it. Squeeze your skull. Squeeze your forehead. Squeeze the point in between the two eyebrows. And tense your navel in and up. Hold. Hold. And O mouth, exhale. One more time. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Louder. Inhale. Exhale. O mouth, louder. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and hold. And as you hold your breath, mouth is closed now. Tense the eyes, tense your forehead, tense your skull. Lift the navel. Lift the navel. Be a forklift. Forklift yourself. Navel in and up, 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 up. Ribcage up. Medical reasons, relax. Other than that, give yourself an experience. Lift the heart center. Miracles down upon you. And now please tense your sit bones and become aware of your sacred spine. Sacred spine. Shushmana, 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 the central axis of the universe. Hold the awareness of your spine. And my friends, O mouth, exhale. Last round. Inhale, exhale. 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 Inhale louder. Exhale louder. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and hold. And hold the Pavan Guru and experience the breath. Hold. Eyes tense. Mouth closed. Tense your forehead, tense your skull, navel in and up, and tense your sit bones. And my friends, now please allow the tongue to touch the dome of your mouth. Touch the dome of your mouth with your tongue. Press, 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 press. The dome of your mouth corresponds to the dome of the cosmos. When the tongue touches the dome of the mouth, you touch the dome of the universe. And because whatever is outside sits inside. Every point on the palate corresponds to the stars in the galaxy. You are touching the stars. You're touching the stars. You're touching the stars. Hold and O mouth, exhale. Don't move. Sit. Something had changed. Beautiful. Don't move. Sit. Every sensation in the body. You have given birth now. A birth to an experience. Experience the experience as an experience. Don't narrate what is happening. Don't intervene into the experience of now. This is pure experience, naked awareness. It is not polluted. It is not clothed with your ideologies, with your rights and wrongs. Beautiful. And please open your eyes. Satnam. So this was a breath exercise. And I know we are here for Q&A. But my friends, I am in being, told or inspired to chant a mantra before we dive into that. So let's chant a mantra. Mantras are the greatest gift to humanity. Whatever we speak, okay, whatever we convey comes from here. Okay, comes from here. Mantras were born when this came here. Our words, whatever we do in this world comes from here. A reference point is here. Mantras were born when this fell here. It fell down. And I've been talking about that. Falling in love means reference point from here to here. When this disappeared and something bloomed here, mantras were born. So today's mantra that I'm going to share or chant with you, at least for a few moments before we dive into our Q&As. The mantra is the mantra of unity. The mantra of realizing that the other self is also me. Now, which the humanity needs. It's a very beautiful mantra. The mantra is Ik Oankar, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru. Ik Oankar, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru. We will be chanting this a bit differently. We will be chanting this as Ik Oankar, Satnam, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru. So the Satnam is going to be repeated twice. Ik Oankar, Satnam, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru. I repeat. Ik Oankar, Satnam, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru. So what does it mean? In simple translation. Ik Oankar means we are all one. There is no other. The creator and the creation are one. Okay? The reality and what the reality is projecting is one. God and me and God are one. Whatever translation fits you. But it means unity of being. That is the best translation. Ik Oankar, unity of being. In the realm of thinking, we are different. In the realm of feeling, we are different. You feel differently, I feel differently. But in the realm of being, you and me are one. And this beingness we also share with the plants. We also share with the animals. We share with everything because there's a beingness in everything. So unity of being, That is Ik Oankar. And Satnam, Sat doesn't mean truth. Sat means unchanging, unchanging. And the sages of the past have given a definition of Sat, Trahkal Abadatam Sattvam, which means that which stays as it is in the three times, the past, the present, and the future, is called a Satya, is called a Sat, the truth, or unchanging. That is the right translation. So Satnam, Nama means identity, unity of being. This is my unchanging identity. Everything is changing. My thoughts are changing, my emotions are changing. But there's a part of me that never changes. And that is called the unity of being. Unity of being, this is my unchanging nature. Okay? And then we emphasize again, this is my unchanging nature. And Siri means direction. Siri means direction. You know, in your phones, you have the Siri. It comes from here only. Siri means direction. When you are lost, Siri is the guiding principle embedded in you, but you don't have access to, which is there to guide you whenever you ask. The problem is, first, we don't know, and second, we don't know how to ask. We ask through thoughts. It is not asked. You cannot ask Siri through thoughts. You have to ask Siri through your beingness. And that's a very different story altogether. We will not dive into that. But Siri means the direction. The one that gives direction is called the Siri. It is also called the goddess, the creative force which guides you all the time. So Siri. And then comes Vaheguru. Vah means ecstasy. Wow. He means now. Okay. He means now. And Guru means wisdom. The wisdom of ecstasy in the now. Or I like to translate this as the wisdom of wow in the now. The wisdom of wow. Wow is wow. Wow. He is now. Guru means wisdom. So Vaheguru means the wisdom of wow in the now, which can be assessed if you know how to find directions within yourself. And that direction, what's that direction? The unchanging nature in you. The unchanging identity in you. What is the unchanging identity? The unity of being. Okay? So Ik Oankar, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru. And we will be reciting this as Ik Oankar, Satnam, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru, Ik Oankar, Satnam, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru, Ik Oankar, Satnam, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru. And when you're chanting this, make sure the tongue, become aware of the tongue. Become aware of the tongue. Tongue is very important. Tongue is where the Shushmana ends. The central spiritual nerve ends in the Shushmana. And the sages of the past mention beautifully, Prabhuji Base Sadhaki Rasna, God sits on your tongue. Only if you know your tongue. You don't know your tongue. You only know the words which are projected through the tongue. You understand the difference? Now you don't know your tongue. You only know the words which come out of the tongue. You forgot that which gives birth. You only aware of that which has taken birth. The tongue, the seed of God, the seed of consciousness, the seed of awareness, the seed of your being. Okay, so become aware of the tongue as the tongue touches. See how the tongue dances. Ik Oankar, Satnam, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru, Ik Oankar, Satnam, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru, Ik Oankar, Satnam, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru. See how the tongue touches. We will be chanting this about a minute, not long. Then the next part, very important. Now, in the beginning part, Ik Oankar, Satnam, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru. Your tongue is moving, your lips are moving. Your tongue is moving, your lips are moving. Ik Oankar, Satnam, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru. But in the next part, after a minute, I will tell you, stop moving your lips now. You don't move your lips, you only move the tongue. Allow the creativity, allow the dance of God to be by itself. So this is time and space. This is also time and space. You stop time and space. You only allow God to express itself, dance, the dance of Shiva, dance of consciousness. So how will that look like? That will look something like this. एक ओंकार सतनाम सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु एक ओंकार सतनाम सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु एक ओंकार सतनाम सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु एक ओंकार सतनाम सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु. The slight opening in the mouth. Slight opening in the mouth. This is to stop time and space. When the lips stop moving, something here stops moving. And the lips are very important. There's a whole science. Just if you were to just discuss our lips and our tongue, we can spend hours and hours. That whole, the esoteric aspect of your being. There's a whole esoteric meaning to the blinking of the eye, to the movement of the tongue, to the movement of the lips. Very mystical being, but we have forgotten ourselves because we are locked in our head. No, that is not the topic today. So let's discuss or let's dive into the chanting of the mantra, my friends. Spine will be straight. So first, you are moving the lips and you're moving the tongue. God being projected, the divine consciousness, let's use the word consciousness, being projected through the realm of time and space. Okay, the two lips. Then after a minute or so, I will say, stop moving your lips. Then your time and space stops. God dances. Okay, now let me just make another statement. When the lips end, when the two lips, time and space, and the tongue moves, you assess Kal. You assess Kal. Kal is the realm of life and death. Okay, Raga and Davesha. When the lips stop moving and only the tongue moves, then you assess the realm of Akal. 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 When the tongue moves by itself, when God, without time and space, dances in you. Ordinarily, we are experiencing the divine via divine beings through time and space. So everything has a meaning. Every form has a narration. There's a branding of everything. The experience is lost in object and subject. You have divided. Duality, it is called. But then when the lips stop moving, only the tongue dances. The sages of the past call this dance of Shiva. And this is also known as dance of Shakti. This is the awakening of Kundalini. This is the awakening of the Kundalini. If you talk about Kundalini, when the tongue moves without the narration, when the tongue moves without the two lips, the time and space, just by itself, this is the Shiva Lingam. The symbol of consciousness, that's what it means. Shiva Lingam. Lingam means symbol. And Shiva means consciousness. This is the symbol of consciousness. In the past, they worshipped it. If you go to the Hindu temples, they worship the Shiva Lingam. There are many meanings, but this is the deeper meaning of it. So you are carrying God right in the mouth and the 32 teeth. And the 32 represents the 32 incarnations of Shiva, which I will not go today, which is the consciousness, which is your emotions. There are 32 main emotions in you. And then it subdivides itself. And then you get caught up in this will of karma, in the web of life, it is called. So allow God to speak in you. Allow God to dance in you. Shut the Kal and go into Akal, the realm beyond time and space. So I've talked enough. Let's if I go deeper and deeper, I'm going to keep talking. Let's have an experience. Spine straight, my friends. And again, zero yourself. Very important. This zeros your mind. It's called the zero gravity. Okay. Spine straight, eyes closed. And first, move the lips. Let's experience Kal first. Then we go to Akal. And then there's another space, my friends. Forgive me for keep talking. It is called Mahakal. From Kal to Akal and then to Mahakal. There's a space of Mahakal also. that can also be experienced. We don't have enough time, and if we were to really go deep, maybe in the future I'll share this sometime, how to go into different layers of chanting. And just with the tongue, you can transcend your mind. Just with the tongue, you can change your pattern, because your pattern is in the tongue. The pattern is not here. The pattern is in the tongue. Okay? Okay, let's chant now. Okay, so eyes closed. Okay, first the realm of Kala. एक ओंकार सतनाम सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु, 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 एक ओंकार सतनाम सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु. Chant as many times as you can in one breath. एक ओंकार सतनाम सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु, 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 एक ओंकार सतनाम सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु. Inhale and hold, and just tense the whole body and squeeze yourself into your spine. Tongue touches the palate, please. Touches the palate. Tongue touches the palate. Press the palate. Press the realm of the stars. The realm of the stars. The Milky Way, corresponding point in the body. You are a mystical being having a very human experience. Hold and experience yourself without the narration, without the story. Experience your beingness. We call the divine. Hold. Exhale. And now, my friends, we're going to dive into the next part. Eyes closed, no lips, no moving of the lips, slight opening in the mouth. Just the tongue dances, the dance of Shiva, the dance of consciousness. Inhale. एक ओंकार सतनाम सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु, 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 एक ओंकार सतनाम सत And inhale. Mouth closed. Tongue touches the palate. Tense the eyes, tense the forehead, tense your skull, tense the sit bones, and just squeeze and tense yourself and localize yourself into your spine. And exhale. And one more time, inhale deep. And hold and tense the eyes, your forehead, and your skull. And tense your face. Mouth closed, tongue touches the palate. And press hard. That whole dome of the mouth corresponds to the dome of the stars, the dome of the cosmos, the dome of the universe. Tense the sit bones and squeeze and localize yourself into your spine. The Shushmana, the seat of awareness. And exhale. For the last time, my friends, let the breath be inhaled. And hold the Pavan Guru. And squeeze yourself into your spine. And tense the eyes, tense the forehead, the tongue touches the palate. And squeeze your skull. Tense your skull, please. Tense your skull and localize yourself into the center point we call the Shushmana, or your spine. And very slowly exhale. And just for 15 seconds, don't move. Experience the experience as an experience. No narration needed. Pure awareness, naked awareness. Experiencing the consciousness without the narration of your mind. Allow every sensation in the body to be felt, and do not sit in any of the location. Experience your body as whole. It's called samadhi, the balancing of the consciousness, the all-pervading consciousness in you. And beautiful, my friends, and inhale, and hold, and exhale. And Satnam, blessings to you. So it just the flow came, and so I decided to share this with you. And this is the need of the times. We need to learn how to narrate, how to express without the narration, without the ideology. This is, the word will carry a power then. Your words will carry a power when you speak them not with some hidden agenda, when the words come out naked, not clothed with your emotions. Those words have the power to change the movement of the stars. It says Yogi is the one who can change the cosmos by moving his tongue. It's called Vakya Siddhi. Vakya Siddhi, the perfection of sound, it is called. So this is the first step to that, although there's much deeper science, but those of you new, this is good enough. Start with this, and you shall attain Vakya Siddhi, the perfection of sound. I repeat, what does it mean? It means expressing without your emotions, expressing the words without agenda, expressing the words as they are. This makes your word very light. And when your words are light, your mind is light. And when the mind is light, life is light. It says, be your light. That's what it means. Be the light unto yourself. This is what the Buddha said. Be the light to yourself. This is what it means. It's not that you see some bulb opening up inside you or some thing comes and there's a light in you. It's not, not what it means. There's no bulbs inside. Nobody sees light inside. It's just hallucination. What it means, lightness of your being, lightness of your words, lightness of life. That's the meaning of light. You can only experience light when your life, when your emotions are deleted and you feel the lightness of life. And then life becomes light. Other than that, beautiful. So now we have our questions. Please ask the first question.
All right, Satnam. First question, could you talk about the Kundalini energy in Mother Earth?
Kundalini energy in Mother Earth. Beautiful. Kundalini. There's this Kundalini in your breath. There's Kundalini. In fact, there is only Kundalini. There's nothing but Kundalini. Kundalini means goddess. Goddess means creative energy. She's not just in the earth. She's also in the stars. Kundalini means movement. Kundalini means constantly giving an opportunity to renew yourself. Kundalini means you're not stuck. Kundalini means, in fact, the right word for Kundalini, is not Kundalini. It is Kala Kundalini. Kala Kundalini. Let me just dive into this. When we say Kundalini by itself, as in the past, when you mention Kundalini, it means a stationary Kundalini. Kundalini itself means stationary. When the Kundalini moves, she is known as Kala Kundalini. And this is collectively known as Kala. And let me just share this with you before we go into, Mother Earth. And as I mentioned, she's everywhere. When the flower blooms, what is that? There's Kundalini. Kundalini is the Kala Kundalini, is the moving energy. When you are stuck, it's called Kundalini. When you are bloomed, it's called Kala Kundalini. When you're stuck in your thoughts, you think you have to awaken it. You think she's asleep. And that's when she's stuck. That's when she's not awakened. But when she's awakened, she's known as Kala Kundalini. Kala Kundalini. When she's here, when only she moves from here down. Okay? When she moves only in relation, when you see, when you talk, when you hear, when you express, when you touch, in relation to first, second, and third chakra. Survival, pleasure, and power. She is known as Bhoga Kundalini. And when she comes here, it is called Madhya Kundalini. And when she comes here, she's known as a Rasa Kundalini. And when she comes here, it is called Brahma Kundalini. Okay? So the other word is also used Kala. Okay? Kala. So here is one Kala, the second Kala, third Kala, and then you have the fourth, which is the Brahma Kala. Collectively, this is known as Chardikala. Chardikala means awakening, activating the sleeping Kundalini. She's everywhere and she's moving. When you are able to see the movement in everything, when you're able to find Shiva, Kundalini is the Shakti, the goddess. When you're able to find Shiva in every movement, this is Shakti, this is Kundalini. This cannot happen if Kundalini was not in me. Okay? Ordinarily, we only see Kundalini. We only see Kala Kundalini. We only see Shakti. Okay? But when we start experiencing Shiva in Shakti, why is this hand moving? Because there's consciousness in me. The hand has no power by itself. When I can experience a Shiva consciousness, when I can start seeing consciousness in the blooming of the flower, when I can start experiencing consciousness, which is thus talked about in the movement of my tongue, when I can experience a Shiva consciousness in my sight, when I can experience consciousness in my food, and I eat consciously, I speak consciously, I hear consciously, I see consciously, I touch consciously, I walk consciously, I have now experienced a Shiva within Shakti. And that is actually what it means, awakening of the Kundalini. She's everywhere. And specifically, there are some points where she's active the most. And according to the sages of the past, it is the whole Himalayan range. That's where her face is. But her tail is moving everywhere. Okay? Wherever her tail moves away, fights, clashes, natural disasters happen. And wherever her tail goes, awakening, consciousness happens. That's why you see every sacred space, every location on the earth, there's a time when it's blooming and suddenly there are a lot of issues and problems come. And then once a while, she coils herself back into the Himalayas. And then the whole humanity suffers. We call it world wars. She's everywhere. Just like this is everywhere. But then there are specific points in the body where she can be experienced more. I'm just saying she's everywhere, yet I'm saying she's in a specific point because she's Kundalini, she's the goddess. You cannot define her in a special location. At the same time, you cannot say she's everywhere. And there's a contradiction in both my sentences, and that's how you can explain Kundalini. You cannot say she's like that. Then what is this then? If Kundalini is this, then what is this? So she's everywhere, in the blinking of my eye, to the pumping of my heart, to the movement of my tongue, to the blooming of the flower, to the wave of the oceans. She's everywhere. And there's no specific location. But yet, I'm going to contradict myself. They say her head, her crown is in the mighty Himalayas. Only Himalayas can carry her crown. And she's so vast. She's so deep. She's the ultimate. And she's also known as Bhagavati. Pratham Bhagavati. That's the name. Her head, her crown, her face rests. Only the Himalayas can carry her weight. And then she moves her tail. And maybe sometime back, her tail was in US and now her tail has moved away. A lot of problems coming. And then in China. And then she coiled herself for some time. I think she's still more or less coiled. And when we collectively invoke her by chanting, the creative force, that's what I'm talking about. Pratham Bhagavati Simrka. The creative energy, Adi Shakti. That's what she is. And we invoke her. Everybody invoke her by becoming conscious. By bringing purity to your tongue. By bringing purity to your eyes. Becoming conscious of what you eat. Not killing innocent lives for this. When you invoke devotion, when you have reverence, it's called Bhakti Yoga. When you can touch the trees without your story, just touching the trees as they are, know that you are invoking the goddess. When you can bow to the rising sun, know that you are invoking Kundalini, Kala Kundalini. She's everywhere. Her sacred space, her sacred house, her sacred ground is in the Himalayas. I think that's it. Yeah, thank you. So, next.
Thank you, Yogi. Next question. Helping with a child that has anxiety. Do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, it again depends how old that child is, but child here I will mean around 10 or 12 years of age. Okay, so I'm just going to assume that unless I know exactly.
The question is about someone that's 5 years old.
5 years old. So what's the problem now?
Anxiety.
Anxiety, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. There are some patterns which we carry from past incarnations. There are some patterns which we give to the child when the child was in its most fragile space, we call the womb. Something may have happened. Something may have happened when that child or that whoever individual at the age of 5 until the age of 12, if a person is having any kind until the age of 12, if a person is having or child is having anxiety, there are a few reasons for that. And then I will go into the solutions. One is that individual's karmic account, which he or she has brought along. Something may have happened in his previous incarnation, due to which the impact, the samskaras, the imprint on the body, okay, have become such that it is expressing it. That's number one. Number two, when the child was in the mother's womb, certain circumstances may have erupted in the external world which impacted that child, due to which that child has gone into a certain pattern. So these are the two main reasons. It's a pattern. And as a child, you can change a pattern. It's easy to change any pattern, before the child reaches the age of 12. Then it becomes a little difficult to change the pattern when an individual goes beyond 21. Then it's even more a bit difficult to change the pattern until 41. And after 41, it is very difficult. So the yogis, they defined until the age of 41, the body is known as Deh. That's the word for body. Okay. Until 41, the body is known as Deh. After 41, it's called Sarira. Sarira means fully bloomed now. Very difficult to change the pattern, fully bloomed. So you're still blooming. As the blooming keeps going and going and going, until at the age of 41, you have completely bloomed. Until the age of 41, it's very easy to change any pattern. And of course, as I mentioned, it becomes a bit harder and harder as you go. But after the age of 41, it's very, very difficult. But don't lose hope. We still have tools and techniques which can help. It will be a bit difficult, but there's nothing which is impossible in the realm of time and space. Okay, so don't be disheartened. I'm not saying it's not possible. It's still possible, but extra work, hard work will be needed. That's all I'm saying. But coming back to this question, so the child is 5 years old. It's not a problem at all. There's full opportunities to change the pattern, and it can be the pattern of the past birth, or it can be the pattern of the womb, during the womb, or it can be both collectively. And also, now I just want to add this in, until the age of 12, the third reason for these, until the age of 12, a child goes through the karma that is shared with the mother and the father. Until the age of 12, the child never experiences his or her full karma. Her karma, whatever she's experiencing, is shared. Her karmic experiences. It's not her individual experience, not her individual account. She's sharing that space with the mother and the father, because the imprints of the father and then the imprints of the mother, more of the mother until the age of 12 and a bit of father. A father's imprint on the child is always less than the mother in every way, even in karmically. So maybe some pattern that the mother has, due to which this has been imprinted on the child. So these are some of the reasons why the child is behaving like that. Now, how to change that? I know it's a bit difficult, but regular asanas, postures, so that this pattern do not get secured, do not get tightened in the body. It's called the asanas. So teach the child different postures, because if I don't move my arm gets locked in a certain location. And if I keep moving my arm, right, that pattern is reduced. That pattern is never allowed to be strengthened. So when you keep moving the body, okay, when you keep moving the body, you keep changing your pattern. So one is postures, asanas. Okay, number one, asanas. You can make it more playful. Since child, you can do elephant pose. You can make it a crocodile pose. You can make it monkey pose. You can do it cat and cow pose. So associate with animals. So today we're going to become an elephant. Let's do an elephant pose. Move the arm in front as the trunk. Today we're going to become a cat. And don't do for too long. Children don't need to do 2.5 hours. Okay, this is for 41 and beyond. You don't even need to do for 31 minutes, children. Just 2-3 minutes is enough. The children are such. Okay, so all these sadhana, 31 minutes and 1 hour and 2 hour, 2.5 hours, 140. This is all for people who have gone beyond 41. So it's your story, not the children. So don't impose those ideas on the children. For them, just a few moments, allow them. As long as they are enjoying it, allow them to just do it until then. It can be 1 minute, 2 minutes. Don't impose this. That's another wrong thing you will be doing. You'll be imposing your 41 days on the child, which is totally not right. So make it playful, number one. And number two, every day, okay, for 1 hour, allow the child to do whatever it wants to do. Okay, that's very important. Don't confine. When you create a confinement around a child, that will give birth to more inner, deeper patterns. So 1 hour every day, allow the child, this 1 hour is yours. I'm not going to interfere. In fact, the will of the child is very active until the age of 12. And we tell the child, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. The child wants to run on the sofa and we say, don't do this. The child wants to jump on the table, say, don't do this. And when we say, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, ultimately the child does nothing. They shut down. The will dies. Ordinarily, our will dies at the age of 12, thanks to the parents. Okay? So the Kundalini stops to a certain extent. Will is the personal Kundalini that we are born with, active Kundalini that we are born with. So allow 1 hour, for the child to express itself, as much as it wants, however it wants. So don't intervene. That one, and you make it very clear to the child. During the day, there are certain rules and regulations which we understand we need to impose on, but 1 hour every day, allow the child to express whatever he or she wants to express. Just let her be free. That's number two. So asanas. Okay, asanas, number one. Number two is totally freedom, 1 hour at least. If you can go longer, it's very good. I'm just keeping in concern, with other things around us. But 1 hour at least, give them. And when I say 1 hour, you don't put a timer for 1 hour, Don't put a timer for 1 hour, 1 hour over, no, around 1 hour. Number three, water. A lot of water. Allow the child to spend time in water. If you have a swimming pool, or there's an opportunity to go to the oceans or go to the rivers, as much as time you will spend in the river, in the ocean, okay, make sure it's safe. And or maybe you can have this own, this the pool that you can make at home. You can put air into it and you can create that temporary pool. Get that. Allow the child to spend time. When your navel center is soaked in water for long, pattern starts to change, because the main pattern starts from here, the navel center. Everything starts from the navel. Every emotion takes birth from the navel. Every experience takes birth from the navel, and as it comes into the heart, it is polluted with your feelings, okay, and then as it comes to the throat center, it is polluted with your agenda, and then you express it out. So this is where the birth of all the emotions, all the sensations, and all the feelings starts from here. So when you spend more time in water, this is soaked, okay. This is a good way to release the patterns. So this is another thing. The third one is, this may be a bit difficult, but you once a while, at least once in 2 weeks, ghee, hot ghee, not burning hot ghee, but warm ghee, massage the child. Massage the child. Ghee is another beautiful, ingredient given by the cosmos to change the pattern in the body. So massage the child is very important. Sometimes the problem is the child did not go through the full process of labor pain. It may be born through other ways. So it was not able to express that pain out as it came out of the womb through the birth channel. So that's also another factor for that. Even ladies after giving birth, not a natural birth, they also go into a certain pattern, because the fear and the pain was not released. The anxiety and all that comes along as the child is carried by the mother. It's not released. So even a woman must have, after birth, she must have massages, preferred ghee, but or coconut oil or whatever. It's also fine. But for the child, it's important that the child, because he or she may have not gone through the whole releasing of the pain during the birth process. So the pain is still inside, and that is being expressed out through anxiety and other emotions. So massaging that individual at least once a week or once in 2 weeks. Ghee is preferred. Other than that, ghee can be a bit, with the smell and all that. But it's preferred. Of course, you can take a shower after that. But coconut oil is also helpful. Olive oil is also very good for that. So massaging the child, this is ultimate. We never massage our newborn children. That is missing. Due to that, the emotions which were supposed to be released never gets released. So that's another point that you can take. And I think I'll end it here. Another question. The next question, please.
Next question. How to help someone that is ill with something such as cancer?
How to help someone who is with cancer?
Correct.
Yeah. It again depends how deep the cancer is and which stage the cancer is. So I will just assume it's initial stages. Mantras. Number one, mantras. Mantras changes the body patterns. Of course, it takes time to change the patterns of the body. But mantras immediately change the pattern of the mind. It may take time to change the patterns of the body. Healing may happen. There's no doubt. People have had healing just by chanting the mantras. But one beautiful thing about the mantras is, even if the healing does not start on the physical body, it surely starts immediately in the mental body. When I say healing starts in the mental body, because the vibrations of the mantras are such, they're very positive, you come out of the negative thinking. You are not spending time with the issue. You are being given an opportunity, opening of a vortex to vibrate on higher consciousness. So mantras is very important. And some of the mantras which can really heal, or even on the physical level, and of course on the mental level, as just we chanted, Ek Oankar, Satnam, Satnam, Sri Vaheguru. This is a very powerful mantra that have created a lot of healing on the physical level as well as on the energetic and the mental level as well. So this is one of the mantras that you can do. Second one you can do is Ramadasa Sase Sohang. That's another very powerful, beautiful mantra. Now, there's a pattern in the body which we call the karmic pattern, due to which a certain, unsynchronization have happened, and a certain issue, a certain illness have developed in the body. Now, if we can realign the pattern, realign the pattern with the cosmic pattern, and that can be healed. It's a fact. Another mantra which I'm suggesting is Rama Dasa Sasi Sohang. And what does that mean actually? Ra means the sun, the pattern of the sun. Ra means the pattern of the sun. Ma means the pattern of the moon. And Rama Da. Da means the pattern of the earth. They are all in a rhythm. So everything in us, everything around us has a rhythm. And when our rhythm and the rhythm of the cosmos and the rhythm of the stars are aligned, then life is balanced. Okay, on the physical plane as well as on the mental plane. Now, if something has manifested in your field, it's because of the rhythms are not aligned. Okay, the rhythms are not aligned. So when you chant these mantras, Ra means the pattern of the sun, and Ma is the pattern of the moon, and Da is the pattern of the earth, and Sa is the pattern of the stars. Okay, Rama Da Sa. And then the Sa is the pattern of the Milky Way, the second Sa, and Se, okay, Rama Dasa, Rama Dasa Sa, Se is the pattern of the unknown cosmos, which you cannot perceive through the senses, is the Se, okay? And Sohang means all this is within me. All these patterns are within me. So your patterns are not aligned with the patterns of the cosmos. So the things that you can do is chant this mantra so that the patterns start to synchronize. It's so beautiful mantra. It totally synchronizes your pattern with the pattern of the cosmos. Also start bringing, this, it can contribute to health, but it will also divert your awareness around the illness to the holisticness of life. So when we chant this mantra, along with that, start bringing the sun into your life. And what does that mean? Wake up before the sunrise. Welcome the sun. Welcome the sun. This is going to create a lot of transformation in your life. Now, this is aligning yourself with the pattern of the sun. When you get up, around the time when the sun is up, you are up. So the pattern aligns itself. Okay? So not just chanting the mantra, we are also going to dive deeper into how we can align our patterns. And this is not just for not just for cancer, it's for any kind of issues. It can be physical issues, it can be mental issues. So aligning yourself with the sun, along chanting Rama, Dasa, Sase, Soham, alignment, patterns of all these cosmos, okay? You are also doing that tangibly in the physical realm. So getting up during the time of the sun, okay? That's one thing, okay? So welcoming the sun. Also moon. On full moon, have a special meditation. On a full moon, request the healing from the moon. See the full moon. Have you seen the full moon? See the full moon. Fold your hands to the full moon. Ask for protection. Ask for healing. So that's the second one. Stars. Once a while, sit in the stars. And if it's possible, sleep under the stars. I know it's going to be difficult in many parts of the world, but there's this whole yogic science, the science of ultimate healing. Because today, we don't get the rays of the stars. That's another reason with all this that is happening in the world and also happening within us. the unalignment, is because we don't sit in the presence of the stars. We are the being of the stars. We only, yes, I understand, we have the sun, we have the moon, and we have a lot of full moon and new moon, and all these meditations is everywhere. But where are the stars? Where are the stars? When was the last time you saw the North Star? When was the last time you saw the Milky Way or the stars in the Milky Way? When was the last time you saw the Saptarishis, the seven sages, the Big Deeper, it is called in English? When was the last time? If you cannot see them, how can you receive the vision to see the unknown? Spending time with the stars, not only will they contribute to the illness, to heal the illness in the physical body and mental body, it will also awaken your awareness. It will also awaken your consciousness. So connecting with Ra, Ma, and Da, the earth, spending time with the rivers, go for a walk, sit with the rivers, talk with the rivers, allow the flow of the river to remove all the tension of your mind, the tension of your illness. Instead of constantly thinking about the illness, we are just taking you out of this time and space which you have created due to a certain pattern, and we are trying to connect you with the pattern of the cosmos, changing the pattern. That's all. Even if it does not heal on the physical level, it will surely heal here. You will go into a flow. You will go into a flow. There will be acceptance, there will be surrender, and sometimes acceptance and surrender can contribute to the physical healing as well. So connecting with the Ra, with the Ma, with the Da, with the earth, with all this. And then Ra, Ma, Da, Sa, and the next Sa is the stars I just talked about. Stars are totally out of our lives. How I wish we could spend more time with this, just talking about the stars. Sitting and seeing the stars. It's a great stargazing. It's a very ancient meditation, just to gaze on the light of the star. And as you gaze in the light of the star, everything around you, becomes hazy. And then just one ray of light comes into your being. The unity, the oneness is experienced there. So connecting with the stars, very important. North Star especially, and the pole star sometimes it is called. And there are times during the night when you can actually see them sleeping in the skies. There's this regulation, there's these suggestions in the past when a person becomes a yogi, a roaming yogi. The yogis have renounced the world. We call the sadhus, renunciates they are called. According to that regulations, that suggestions or rules you want to call it, is that you shall not sleep under the roof. You shall sleep only under the light of the stars. And this totally aligns you to your destiny. This aligns you. We talk about aligning the stars. We don't have to go to, astrologers to align the stars. You can just see the stars, just be with the stars. Sleep. When you're sleeping under the stars, and when you are asleep, that's when you are most receptive. And of course, in today's world, I as mentioned, it's a bit difficult. But if there's an opportunity and there's a certain way you can manifest this, sleep under the stars. When you are asleep, your auric field opens. And when your auric field opens, the stars can penetrate, and that is called changing your stars, changing your pattern. Please take this note very seriously. Changing your pattern is when you are able to see the stars, be with the stars, sleep with the stars. Your pattern changes. Okay, so Ra, Ma, Da, and Sa, and the next Sa is the Milky or the galaxy in collectively. Okay, that also you can visualize yourself, wherever you need the healing, visualize the galaxy, the Milky Way, bring to that point and visualize the Milky Way, the movement, and that is through the power of visualization. And then the Sohang is all this is within me. And if all those things are within you, then you have empowered yourself. And no illness can touch the stars. No illness, no issues can touch the Milky Way. Okay, so this is the meaning of Rama Dasa Sasi Sohang. That is the meaning of the mantra, to realigning yourself with the patterns of the cosmos. So these are some suggestions. Also go to some sacred sites. It's very important if you can. A lot of shift in awareness. And every year we have yatras to India, and next year we'll be having a yatra to India as well. So stay in touch for that. Other than that, chant to Guru Ram Das, drink a lot of water, and a lot of turmeric. And other than that, gold charged water, the water that's been charged with gold. And how to do that? Take a copper mug or whatever, okay, a copper at least if you can, and take your gold ring. You put it here, no, put it into the water. Take the gold ring or gold jewelry or whatever you have, make sure it's 24 carats. It can be a bit expensive, but sometimes this is how it is. So take that 24 karat gold, okay, and put it into the water and let it be there. Drink from that copper mug all the time. Let it be there for a year or two. And this is to change the structure of the water by introducing the gold, and then you drink that water, gold charged water. And that is an ultimate remedy for changing the patterns of the body according to the ancient sages. Other than that, I think this is enough for this question, and we will take the last question, please.
Great. So one question maybe pertaining to that last question is, how long should we be chanting these mantras for? And then another question that's related to practice is, earlier in our live streams, you spoke about breathing through both nostrils. And a lot of people are having trouble with doing that. So if you have any suggestions about how to activate both nostrils at the same time when doing breath of fire.
Okay, so I'll take this first, and then the other one. What was the other one?
The first one was just about how long should we be chanting these mantras you just spoke of.
Okay, so when we talk about breathing through both nostrils, in English we call it breathing, and when we associate breathing, we will associate with oxygen. Okay, so it's not the oxygen; it is the prana. It is the prana. So when I say inhale through the both nostrils, yes, in the beginning, we do put an emphasis on inhaling through both nostrils, which will be something like this, right? But my intention, so what you are inhaling now, without your intention, is oxygen only. When my intention goes in, I may not do it as forcefully as, although we do that because that's most of us on that level only. We are at the level of, force. We are at the level of doer. But as you progress, it is an intention. So you can even inhale slowly. But my intention is that I'm inhaling through both nostrils. Because prana is not moved through, prana is moved through intention. Jaha chitta, taha prana. Wherever your chitta is, prana will follow. So when we say inhale through both nostrils, we are not necessarily inhaling the oxygen, we are inhaling prana. So you may not need to use that force. If you can, it is good in the beginning, at least for medical reasons and all that is totally fine. Bring the awareness, the chitta. So I inhale like this. But my intention, my awareness is I am inhaling through both nostrils. That's it. So this is how you inhale and exhale through both nostrils with your chitta. Now my awareness has come down here and I am inhaling, although I may only be feeling it on my left nostril. Although I may be feeling the physical oxygen or the physical breath on my right nostril. I may not be even feeling it physically on my one side. But my intention is that I'm inhaling through both nostrils. In the subtle body, everything moves through intention, not through force. In the physical body, it moves through force. Asanas also, physical body, we put an effort to bring it up. But in the energetic body, a yogi does all the postures with his mind. Because you have gone beyond the energetic body, only moves through intention. And if, in the later layers of intention, later layers of asanas and all that stuff also, which is never taught, but that's the next layer, which should not be taught in public. But there is this whole science behind that. When a yogi is able to perfect the asanas on the physical level. And when I say perfect, not necessarily 80 degrees and you get a meter and you just measure is this 60 degrees, all that that's not what I meant by mastering. But when you have obtained a movement of the body, opening up of the bondages that comes in the different locations in the body, when those nadis are freely flowing, when the prana is flowing as you hold the asanas. Now, when you hold these for 31 minutes, there's pain. Why? Because of certain part of the body is locked. Certain part of the body is locked. When you have perfected, what this perfection means, you may not be necessarily holding exactly 90 degrees or 60 degrees, but when we say perfection means the meridians have opened up and the prana is freely flowing. When that happens, okay, a yogi may not move his arm, but yet he can move his energetic arm. He may be doing all the 84 asanas through his mind, through the energetic body. And when he has power over that, then he leaves his body. This is astral traveling. This is astral traveling. So yogi is able to leave his body and do astral travelings. And that's another science all by itself. So that happens when you can start assessing the energetic field of yours, when you have access to your energetic body. So first starts from the physical body. Okay, so in the beginning, you may need to put some pressure or force on the asanas, but as you go deeper and deeper, there's no need to put a force in it because the meridians are open and now the energy field can move, energy body can move. And when you can move your energy, the arm of the energy body, you have already successfully moved the energy body. And like that, a yogi comes out of his body. And there are many stories in the past, this is a complete, total, beautiful science where a yogi can leave the body and travel in the astral travels in the different realms that exist. It's a fact. And so coming back, similarly, prana, or this, in fact, inhaling, exhaling through both nostrils is only done with the chitta. So you're doing it with your chitta, not force, So just visualize that you're inhaling, exhaling through both nostrils. With time, both nostrils will open with your mind. And that is the yoga. Yoga means, relaxation. Yoga means you're at ease. The yoga is that which is when you're at ease. So that's the definition of yoga. So that's how you do it through both nostrils. And coming back to the timings. Timings, it depends. In the beginning, it is good to abide by a certain time because the mind will immediately give up. So if in the beginning, initial stages of any practice, even your worldly studies, you put a limit. Okay, I'm going to study for your exams are here. You're going to sit for 2 hours. There's this firm, regulations that you apply upon yourself because needed. So if you need to do that, then it's totally fine to, put this firm rule onto yourself. I shall meditate for 11 minutes every day. I shall meditate for 31 minutes every day. Be strict to yourself, be firm to yourself, at least in the beginning years. But as you go on, once you have attuned yourself to the certain patterns and frequencies in the body, it's totally fine to do as long as you need to do. So as you have evolved, and that's what evolving means. It means that your inner joy of meditation is not confined to an external clock. That's what perfection of meditation means. That means it has become your nature now. When you love, when you have, you share some loving experiences with someone that you love, you don't put a timer and say, I'm going to talk to you for 31 minutes and then I'm not going to talk to you after that. And because it's part of your nature, right? Someone you love, someone you like, someone you're at peace with, someone that you are in tune with, you don't worry about the clock. You just spend time as long as you can. And when you say, I need to go, you need to go. That's it. So like that, you must create a relationship with the mantras. They must become very part of your life, They should be like your, like your beloved. And then you love them, and then you have a conversation with them. And once you think enough conversation for the day, even how much ever you love someone, you cannot be just talking the whole day with that person, right? So, like that, a similar relationship you need to develop with the mantras, and that way you will go deeper. So, in the beginning, yes, but as you evolve, it's all when you feel like chanting, you chant, and how long. Sometimes you may be in bliss, you can go for 2 hours, and sometimes you may just go for 3 minutes. So, that's my approach. This is the approach of intuitive ease, the approach of sahaja, relaxation. Meditation is relaxation. It's not something that you create a draw a line around yourself. But in the beginning, this is much needed. So if you're a beginner, abide by 11 minutes, 31 minutes, whatever is suggested. But as you grow and evolve, it's all beautiful. Okay, I think that's it for today. And it was my pleasure today to be with you and to share this space with you. We will have another session, not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday, we will have another Ask a Yogi. So the timings, this is the timings for now. So it's not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday. We will have another Ask a Yogi. Please invite your friends, and if you can share this, it will be on our Making of a Yogi. That's our YouTube channel. So you can subscribe for that. And please share the video. If you think someone can benefit out of this Q&A, just share it on your face. It will be much appreciated. Other than that, as I mentioned, we are planning a beautiful program on meditation. What actually meditation is, what actually pranayama is, really on a very deep level that not necessarily much of the stuff that I share is not associated with any organization or any community or whatever. This is the teachings of the lineage, teachings of the Dharma, the sages of the past. And there will be this special module that we are creating where we want to dive really deep into, as I just mentioned, how to do asanas with your energetic body, how to inhale, exhale, through your intention, and how to align ourselves. So the rhythms of the cosmos, the rhythm, I think that's very much needed. So we'll discuss this as well, the rhythm of the sun, the rhythm of the moon, how to align your frequencies in the body, the movement of your tongue, and the coming and the going of the breath with the movement of the stars and the movement of the moon. A science that has never really been shared out in public. And it will be my privilege to share that with you. So that will be a module that we are developing, and hopefully, we will develop enough. We will develop it on time. And other than that, I can keep talking. And I think that's it for today. May Guru Ram Das bless you.